Hello, I'm Yvonna from Enjoy Your Life Coaching and Healing, and I've got a new moon update for you. It's the first moon in 2021, and it's the new moon in Capricorn. So the Capricorn is obviously a goat, and it's a mountain climbing goat. So we can reach the peak of the mountain. If it feels like you're climbing a mountain, you might be right. And you can do it because we are in the sign of the goat and they're great climbers. Also, the Capricorn energy is different for everybody. It's like if it's somersaulting or something like that, and it's completely different for anybody. Some people are very emotional, some other people are wanting to be a recluse and hide away on their own and things like that. The only thing that is for everybody is that everybody seems to be off balance. Now that's quite interesting on its own account already, but that's the main thing. I think that's what's happening for everybody. Linking in with the last full moon, have you felt like tying up all your loose ends that you haven't tied up yet? Are they all done now? If not, grab a pen and a piece of paper and make notes of the things that pop in your head right now that you need to do. Grab a pen and a piece of paper anyway, because there are some more things that you might want to write down. Some things that pop up for you. So any loose ends, tie them up, finish with it. Anything could be in the physical, could be in the emotional, that you haven't changed all of your beliefs yet and something came up that you might need to work on. That's coming back as well. Have you been in the flow more? Last time we were talking about getting into the flow, doing something that you really like doing so that you forget about the time, and how if you have been doing that, how do you feel when you're in the flow? It's important to acknowledge the feelings that you're feeling or have been feeling when you stop being in your flow and do something else because you've set your alarm to do something else. So think about how you feel when you're in the flow, because that feeling is very important for your goal setting and things like that. If you have been in your flow a bit more, I think things are flowing easier in your life as well. Have a think about that. And if you haven't done it yet, do try it. Try getting into your flow so that things just go so much easier for you. Have you planned out the first quarter of 2021? I mean, we're 13 days into it now, and have you planned the whole 3 months already? That would be good, because then you have more of a clear focus and a clear direction of what you want to do and where you want to go in this quarter. And from there on, you can fill in the rest of the year as well. The clear direction and a clear focus with your planning, definitely. So, since the 9th of January, have you been feeling a bit more stable now, apart from being off balance with this particular new moon, which would have started probably 2 days before the peak of the new moon, the off balance thing? Before then, have you been feeling more stable now, not going in all directions with your head, just being more mindful and into what you're working with now, and going with other things like, oh, it is what it is, I'll deal with that later, and actually dealing with it later. So you're more here instead of everywhere else. So more stable, not going in all directions, and more grounded. Have you been doing your grounding? I've got a nice video about that. Look it up if you don't know what grounding is. But definitely keep grounded. Anytime you do spiritual work, stay grounded. Have you been feeling more positive, more balanced, more empathetic? The energies were that people were going to get more motivated and things like that. There's a more courageous and more positive energy that has come in with 2021. So it might be that that's what you have been feeling, and I do hope you are feeling more positive. more balanced and more empathetic. Then, what are you feeling now? Have you noticed more synchronicity, more abundance, more creativity? Are you feeling more creative? That would be really cool. I have noticed a lot of synchronicity, and quite a few people I've been talking to, they've noticed more synchronicity than usual. If you've noticed synchronicity in your life, like when you're thinking about attracting something and then all of a sudden it is there, and it's strange, it's weird how it happened, drop me a line below and explain what has happened for you. More abundance, I've been hearing more about that, but I've also heard stories of lack of. So what we want to do is definitely focus on the abundance that we have and be grateful with your gratitude journal and things like that. And being more creative. Maybe you can be creative in finding out things that you can be grateful for. Because writing the same 3 things, I had a workshop once and this guy was doing a gratitude journal every day, so very good. And every day he wrote down 3 things, but he wrote the same 3 things every day. Be creative and write something different each time you're writing your gratitude journal, because there's so much to be grateful for. Right, 2021 is going to be a much quieter year with the astrological alignments, than 2020. 2020 has seen a lot of changes and a lot of upheaval, and so much has been happening, and we have done so much. This year is going to be slightly quieter. There's going to be 2 periods where all the planets are direct instead of 1 or 2 or a few in retrograde. That's interesting. We are still all working and processing all those changes from last year. Still changing. You know, when things come up that, for example, there's a belief that we hadn't addressed yet and it doesn't serve us, or there's some situations that happen, and you know, if something happens 3 times, it means you need to look into things. So if something happens to you 3 times, and it could be a different setting but the same underlying issue that comes up for you, stop and think and work out what it is that makes you upset, or whatever it is that it makes you. Look into it. We are still changing. We are still working on things. Not as much as 2020 though. And we're in an adjustment period, so we're still integrating everything that we've processed into the real you, the real me, the real us. Because last year there was a lot of mention about getting to the true you, getting to your inner self and everything like that. There was a lot of work around that. So now all the changes that we've made, all the work we've done, all the processes we've gone through, we are still integrating that into our beings. We all need to be in our true power. And that's true. That's carrying on from last year. We're just going to keep on doing that. Then adjustment takes time. It doesn't happen overnight, does it? So we are putting all the adjustments in place, and we're still adjusting, of course. I don't think we'll ever stop, but some periods of time are full on, and some periods of time are a bit more relaxed, and we can take more time for ourselves. So what we need to do now, for example, with the gratitude journal handy, reflect on all the breakthroughs that we've had. We have done so well with all these insights that we've been processing, that we've actually stopped and thought about. All the changes and the progress you've made in 2020. Stop and think about it. Reflect. Even reflect on who you are now, and for all the work that you've done, give yourself a pat on the back, because you have done really well. All of us have done really well. I don't even know what people have gone through, but you know, obviously I know the people that I talk to either digitally or in real life, and there's people have gone through a lot. And it's still continuing too, actually. That's related to a conversation a couple of days ago. People are still having quite a bit of hardship to deal with, but there's also a reason for that, and maybe on the next full moon I'll know why. Right, look at who you want to be. Give yourself a pat on the back for everything you've done, and then look at who you want to be. Incorporate that in your planning for the first quarter of 2021. Who do you actually want to be? Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually? Where do you want to be? With this very supportive, positive, and expanding energy which came in to 2021, the supportive, positive, and expansive energy, you can use that for the greater good of you and the greater good of all. Use it, it will be easier. Look at who you want to be. Seriously, take some time out and do that. You'll feel more motivated and enthusiastic to actually do it if you haven't done it yet. And also, if you have done it, do it again. It might change slightly with all the new things that have come up for you. What we're doing is rising up. We're standing up. We're getting ready to live our destiny. Do you know what your destiny is? If you don't know it yet, it will come shortly. Rise up, stand up, get ready to live your destiny. Start thinking about your destiny because you deserve it. We all deserve all the good things in our life. We all deserve great friendships, great relationships, a great time at work, great work colleagues. Have a look at the coaching video that I just premiered last week it was, about how you can change your mindset within 2 coaching sessions. But we do deserve it. When you turn on your inner light, it shines on the darkness, and your inner light, all your good feelings, all your happiness, all your flow, things will come out of the darkness, and a light gets shown upon those things, similar to full moon. Keep shining your inner light, things will come up, work on those things. That's the 3rd time we've mentioned that now, maybe we should do that. Recognize your brilliance. Go to yourself in the mirror. I am fabulous. I am marvelous. Whatever word search for you. I am brilliant. You know, give yourself that pat on the back. Give yourself that confidence. Say it to yourself out loud in the mirror. Out loud is better than silence, thinking it. But yeah, do that because we deserve all the best. Commit to yourself because you are good enough. Commit to yourself and commit to your purpose. We talked about purpose last time, and we were going to find out more about the purpose. So look into what you value in life and see if that has a underlying story, and see if you can make that into a purpose. Also, a good thing is to look at your skills and the things that you're good at, the things that you really enjoy doing. If you enjoy doing it, you'll be in the flow, you'll be more creative and more productive, and everything will go much easier. Right. Recognize your brilliance is the main thing, because we deserve everything that's good for us. How do you see your future? Do you see your future with more freedom? That's possible. Work on that. Sit down, or whatever you're doing, drive to work or whatever, if you're working at work. Think about it. How do you see your future? And if freedom comes up, which freedom? What freedom is it exactly that you want? And why is it that you want that? you'll come to some, even if you think along the same lines each day, you come to a different conclusion every day. So do that exercise and work out what it is. I mean, you have your thoughts. You have freedom within your thoughts, because people will try and make you think a certain way, and sometimes they succeed in a way, but you still have the freedom to choose whether you want to think like they want you to think, or you want to mull things over and work out, this is what I believe and this is what I'm going to think, because you have that freedom. Freedom from what? We all deserve abundance. We are deserving of everything that's good. We deserve abundance, we deserve great friends, we deserve great relationships, great colleagues, we deserve joy, peace, ease with the flow, everything is easy, stillness, mindfulness, to think about things, to be still, be centered, be balanced, not off balance, quite important at this time. Stillness to think about things and mull things over. Stillness to reflect on things and give yourself a pat on the back. Good. And stillness is better than going out everywhere, all directions with your brain. Stillness helps a lot against anxiety, obviously, and depression as well, because you're more mindful, more in the now. We all deserve great flow, and one of the ways of getting into your flow is doing something creative, doing whatever it is that you really like doing. We all deserve free time as well. We deserve all that and so much more. So, what do you want from your future? Think about it and go for it. Go get it, because you deserve it. I'm Yvonna. I run Enjoy Your Life, and we've just done a workshop about the new moon. We use it for attraction, because the new moon is new beginnings, and mainly. So in the workshop we think about what it is that we would like to attract. We write it down on pieces of paper, and then we go outside and burn it. So I hope I don't have any black on my face. I had earlier in preparing. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to my channel so you can get the updates, and I will see you again in the next video. Enjoy your life. Take care.